SearchGPT. OpenAI recently released its new AI search engine called SearchGPT, which is going to be a direct competitor to the Bing of Microsoft and Google search engine. We already have heard a lot of rumors about how OpenAI is going to be a direct competitor of Google, and that's finally happening. In this video, I'm going to talk about what are the changes that we can expect, what are the features from this SearchGPT, and how we can best use of it, and what are its effect on the other competitors like the Bing of Microsoft, Google, and Perplexity. So without further ado, let's jump right in. Welcome everyone to your channel AI Fun Fact for All. For those of you who are new to this channel, my name is Pedro Morgan. I'm a PhD student in computer science, and this channel is AI Fun Fact for All, where we talk about AI and machine learning in our everyday life in a simplified way so we can make the best out of it. OpenAI is rolling out its prototype to a limited number of users to get some initial feedback from them. The SearchGPT combines the capability of the GPT's model, like for example GPT-4o, and then try to use the capability of search engines and getting the retrieval information from the internet and showing it to the user in a user-friendly manner that make it a little bit more conversational rather than just a list of different, for example, websites. So they are trying to use in this version getting some feedback from the actual users and then try to come up with some of the fine-tuning and then the problems that they might come across. So what's the difference between this SearchGPT with a conventional search engine? So how the SearchGPT works is that it doesn't just spit out the list of different related link and then let the user decide which link that they want to choose. However, they try to kind of organize this information and provide a summary of each of the link and then also provide the link so you can cross-check it and go back to the publisher. Let's say you want to search for music festival in Boone, North Carolina in August 2024. So SearchGPT wouldn't just throw a bunch of links at you, so give you a summary of the festival you found, completed with a little description and the links to the source, so that the search engine aims to make the finding information online faster and more efficient. So everything is presented in a clear conversational format, which makes the whole experience a lot more intuitive. The aim of the OpenAI is to eventually integrate this SearchGPT capability with their latest model in the ChatGPT, so the users that are paying can actually get access to this SearchGPT on the fly and then retrieve the latest information on the internet in a more user-friendly and more efficient way. But that's not just it. OpenAI also addressing some of the concerns that the other companies face when they try to integrate AI with their search capability. This includes Google and Perplexity, which get backlash from the publisher when they try to show the results to the user, as they are not providing a proper attribution to the publisher and kind of hurts their ad revenue and also their search capability when you just show the final result to them without proper linking to the publisher content and give much of the, for example, credit for them because of their search results. This will hurt their traffic and ad revenue when they are not getting enough attention when they are due because of their content that they are provided by the publisher. But OpenAI actually doing a complete different approach by partnering with the publisher. So this includes the two categories, the categories that are provided from a company or the user-generated content. On the first category of publisher, we already have big names like Wall Street Journal and Atlantic on board, which have confirmed their partnership, and we have also on the other category the user-driven platforms like Reddit and Stack Overflow, which I put the link for the partnership with OpenAI. This approach will create a level of trust not only with the publisher but also the users. The attribution when you search for something that you get answers with clear inline citation and the link to the original source not only help the user to know exactly where the information comes from, but also direct the traffic back to the publisher, so it will foster a more symbolic relationship between AI tools and content creators. And why do I think this SearchGPT SearchGPT is going to have a major impact on the industry is because all we know is that no matter how big a new innovation is, it is also important that it happens at the right time. And this is actually true in case of SearchGPT, because this is exactly happening when the Google is facing significant challenges from the US Department of Justice for the antitrust lawsuit that the Google is accusing of monopolizing the internet search industry. And it definitely opened the door for the competitors like SearchGPT to make their significant impact. Alphabet shares fell almost 4% after hours when the OpenAI talk about their announcement for the SearchGPT, and this is because Google currently have 90% of the total search revenue among the other companies. So this SearchGPT is actually a very direct competitor facing the Google, and it's obviously paying off. The growing competition in AI search from different big companies like Google and then Bing from Microsoft and then SearchGPT from OpenAI actually shows us the importance of this AI and how we need to integrate it in our everyday life. We see that a lot of people are actually losing their job because they have not successfully integrated AI in their everyday life and didn't use it to improve their productivity or their effectiveness. So if you don't want to fall behind, make sure to register to the course that I have, which talk about these uses of AI in a simplified way, that how we can actually maximize our proficiency in our everyday life, like in our work days, in our, for example, how we journal things, how we try to manage our time and improve our productivity. The first 50 subscribers who use the discount code in the description of the video will receive 70% discount on this AI course, which will happen over Zoom. So make sure to register. Another really interesting aspect of this SearchGPT and what can possibly happen is the fact that it is not just limited to the text, so it can be associated with some other multimedia such as the images or videos. So right now we can expect that the search result can actually change towards some of the image generation or video generation. For some people that requires some visual learners, they get their information from this AI in a way that they get it in most effective way rather than just reading through a text. So with the AI, we would have this capability to enable multimedia results rather than just a pure text. SearchGPT by OpenAI plan to keep iterating and improving in different areas, especially local information and e-commerce, and they're looking for some feedback to get the experience better. So if you are interested and you want to play a role in it, you can sign into their waitlist. I will put the link in the description of the video, so go ahead and make your move there. But on the other hand, OpenAI is facing major financial problems. Based on their internal projection, they're going to lose $5 billion this year. So in order to compare, it's like the whole GDP of a small company. And the reason is because these AI models, in order to maintain and work, they require a lot of resources and a lot of recurring expenses. So I will break down what are these expenses so we better understand why maintaining an AI model is actually very expensive. The first reason is the massive amount of compute power. So we all already know that they requires a lot of expensive GPUs, which can be like a supercomputers that they need to buy, and they are actually very expensive, and that's why we see a lot of companies in the hardware such as Nvidia that actually is skyrocketing because these supercomputers in order to do this computing is actually very expensive. In number two, we have human resources costs. So OpenAI has to double its workforce from last year, and we all know that the expense of AI engineer is actually very high. So all of these high talented individuals are actually very expensive to maintain. And in number 3, we have energy expenses, which not a lot of people are aware of. Based on some adjusted calculation from Forbes, in order to run the GPT-4 model, we have a one-time energy consumption for training, which is a staggering 1064 megawatt hour, and we have a running energy consumption for the evaluation of the model, which is 260 megawatt hour per day for satisfying queries over a single day. So you might be asking how OpenAI is planning to make out for all of these 3 different categories of expenses. So we all know that OpenAI is having some revenue from their GPT subscription, but the amount is around 100 to 200 millions, which is very far from their $5 billion that they have in their cost. So how they are doing it, in order to be break even, they are actually right now getting subsidized from the Microsoft. So what happens if Microsoft decided not to continue working with them, or anything other than happens that Microsoft see that they are not getting some projection value that they want. So all of these are a lot of concerns that OpenAI are facing. The other reason is that OpenAI by its nature is a research company. They are trying to push the boundary of the AI and technology, and they want to explore different options. So this is definitely time consuming and also require a lot of expenses to do all of these R&Ds, and they are not actually a company to come up with a way to monetize it and get money from it. So that's actually one of the biggest concerns that OpenAI is facing. And there you have it, guys. We went over different capability of SearchGPT. We also covered how it have an effect on its direct competitor, such as Google, Bing, Microsoft, and Perplexity. And we also see that about its own perspective, how it's gonna face a lot of challenges financially to maintain this evolution in AI, and are we going to expect to see some AI bubble. Thanks for watching until the end of the video. If you enjoyed, make sure to like the video, and more importantly, subscribe to the channel so you get more videos on the AI and machine learning. If you want to get more information on the different advancements of the ChatGPT, make sure to like this video that I created around a month ago about the capabilities that we can expect from a GPT-5. Thank you so much, and see you until the next video.